Hello, everybody. I wanted to make this video to address the Durk trial. I see so many people on the internet talking about it, and so I wanted to give my perspective. First and foremost, I don't want to ever use someone's tragic situation as entertainment. So what I'm saying now is not for entertainment purposes, it's for information purposes. At the end of the day, when someone's going through a horrible situation, which is being accused of murder for hire, that is a horrible circumstance. And again, he's presumed innocent, and the trial will be what the trial will be. But I just want to give some information. And the information I'd like to share is, when the defense attorney says something, does that mean the client co-signed it or authorized it or sanctions it? And what I'd like to share with you today is that's not the case. When you hire a criminal defense attorney, you don't dictate what he says, and the criminal defense attorney does not need your approval to make certain arguments. The criminal defense attorney has a responsibility to help you get the result that you're looking for, but he doesn't have to consult with you as to the arguments that he's going to make. He doesn't have to ask you, is it okay if I blame so-and-so? Is it okay if I say that he's the real person who did the crime or she's the real person who committed the crime? The attorney doesn't have to ask your permission for that. The attorney has to consult with you and has to talk to you about it, but the criminal defense attorney does not need your approval to make certain arguments. As a defendant in a case, you only decide basically whether you're going to plead guilty, whether or not you want to have a jury trial, whether or not you're going to testify, whether or not you're going to represent yourself or you want to fire the attorney. But once you hire the attorney, the strategy is up to the attorney. So it is unfair to blame or hold a defendant responsible for what the defense attorney says. The defense attorney's job is to raise doubt, is to raise concerns about whether or not his client is guilty. And his job is to throw the kitchen sink at the issue. And so when the criminal defense attorney goes up there and says, Vonnie did this on his own, Durk had nothing to do with this, Vonnie is responsible for it, that's not the same thing as Durk taking the witness stand and pointing at Vonnie or a co-defendant. If the defendant does not take the witness stand, you cannot hold the defendant responsible for what the criminal defense attorney says. He chooses to remain silent, and that's his right. What the criminal defense attorney says is argument, it's strategy. So I just want to put that out there. The criminal defense attorney is not a puppet. It's not someone who has to check with his client before he says anything. Is it okay if I say this? Is it all right if I say that? That's not the criminal defense attorney's job. It's like when you go to the doctor has a responsibility to help you be well. If he's a surgeon, he doesn't have to ask you, should I cut this vein? Should I slice here? Should I slice there? No. Once you hire that person for that task, their job is to help you to get to the finish line, and the strategy is up to them.